Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, April 28th. Our last session of the week. Less than a minute to go to market open. The YM has a get in sync long possibility and an untriggered short at the moment, so can go either way. 10 seconds. And market is open, and we're in the long. Actually, no, we're not. YM is not. The micro YM was in the long, or is in the long. I was looking at the micro. So yeah, that was our trade set up 10 seconds before. Actually, that's a get in sync. We're not in that yet. Soybeans had a get in sync long there that didn't show up, give us anything. 25. Oh yeah, plenty of time to get in this short. And that's got us in a POQ. There's target 2. The YM did trigger into the long. And unfortunately, it looks like it's going to take a full stop out. All right. Soybeans with a target 3. Nice trade this morning on soybeans. 10, 16, and 22 ticks. Stop now at 1692.25. $26.48 ticks, 12 points, $600 on the targets already. And a short on the YM that's being very successful. Obviously plenty of time to get into that since it came through and went back up. Hitting money management and target 1. 21 tick target, maybe go to target 2 at 32 ticks. And stopping out at 33,346. One and done for the YM. Soybeans, looks like it stopped out at 89.25. One and done there. Heating oil. 14 seconds on the entry bar, so that should be a valid trade, getting target 3 and a big trailer now. Things slow down just a little bit. Slow down? What's that? Pound Aussie had a get in sync trade. This trade set up about 8 o'clock right at 8, shortly after 8 o'clock this morning. But that vertical line, dotted line there is our start time. So plenty of chance to get into that trade. It's money management and target 1. Just misses target 2 and comes back for a few pips on the stop and a one and done session there. And heating oil stopping out. Hey, that's the kind of trade I would get. That kind of trade, and you're basically, you want to be done for the day. You don't want to give that one back. So the Russell catapult. This is actually the micro Russell catapult. And our start time is 8:30 exchange time, which is Central Time, 9:30 on my charts. First trade at 9:32. Plenty of time to get into that. And that's unfortunately a full stop out. Then we have a long that's also a full stop out. That one, well, that one is probably avoidable. Bounced through by 1 second, so that one's most likely avoidable. And we now are in another short. Russell kind of unsure where it's going right now. And full stop out. So that is 2 losses. I'll assume the long trade was avoided. Looking back at crude this morning, we have this long that set up just over a minute before our start time. Start time right here, so didn't have a chance to get in on that one. That bar was just 2 seconds back down here. So, but we did get in sync here at about 9:02. And you ended up hitting money management and target 1 before coming back to stop out for a single tick on the trailer on the second position. So one and done there. Micro crude had the same or pretty similar trade just before our start time. That one also gets in sync, comes up and just touches the money management on the nose and comes back so a couple of ticks on the trailer there, and then back up and out. And So our next trade is the yellow long off the 50 EMA. That comes up, hits target 1. Yeah, part way to target 2. Comes back, stops out for a single tick on the second position as well. That is a 2 and done session on the micro crude. And let's see what the Russell is doing now. So that was our second loss. No trigger on the long. The short, 1 second, 3 seconds. Okay, 7 seconds to here. Maybe that gets in, maybe it doesn't. It's a break even. Actually, would have gotten target 3. Now, yeah, would likely have gotten target 3 if it was tradable. And the long is full stop, but I suspect again that the spike through the entry was too quick to have executed before it came back down. So coming back to unleaded, we had once again a trade, in this case 2 minutes and 45 seconds before our start time. But again, plenty of opportunities to get in sync with that trade. Getting a full target and stopping out at 43.04. So 1 and done there. Lots of 1 and done sessions this morning. 2 full crude, unleaded. 5 1 and dones, 2 and done on the micro crude. Russell having a tough time. Okay, here's another possible short. 1893.4, and there's trigger, and that's plenty of time to get in. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to try to go back higher again. This is a bigger trade because of the wick on the setup bar. Target 1 is 2.4 points, so it will go to break even as soon as we hit target 1. We've got a 14 tick minimum there. There's target. And we actually started trailing already. So stop at 93.3. 1 tick at the moment. There's a fixed target. Target 2. 92.1 for the trailer. And trying to work its way down to target 3. 86 or 88.2 for target 3 is what we need. And there's target 3 on a trade that's definitely tradable. 1890.1 for the stop. And And target 4. Yep, got there hit it on the nail. Or no, we missed it. Looks like we missed it. Yeah, hit it on the head, but traded on through it. 89 won for the stop now. And stopping out at 89.1. That should certainly get you positive. Let's check in on the MNQ. That looks like it there. Nope, that's the Russell. There's the MNQ. So we need to go back to 9:34. 8:34 exchange time is our 4-minute wait. Yeah, that long setup 1 second before ran up in 4 seconds and then fell back in another 2. So 6 seconds down to here. I would say that's not tradable. The short looks kind of similar, but 6 seconds on the initial bar on that one. That one's going to be it's going to be a stop and reverse at the stop. 13 223 even. Set up it. And that one goes away too fast. It just went straight on up. In like 3 seconds, it was at target 1. Four seconds there. Yeah, 4 seconds and it's already hit its 44 tick minimum for target 1 or for the break even stop. So that one's not tradable. Short 52. There's 1 second. Still 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. 5 seconds. And that's another one that went away too fast. Beautiful trade, but just too fast to deal with. And that one actually hit the fixed target up there. Then we go no trigger on the long, and then we get a short that .5 seconds to there. You definitely get an order in at that point, and it looks like we probably take a full stop on that one. Two seconds. There's a place to get in. Long Gets us to break even. Target 2 is certainly a viable target on that. That's a nice big trade. Target 2 is 13.5 points. We hit target 3 for 19.5. And target 4 for 25.5. And trail up to 221.50. That's a solid winner. And the short, definitely in. And this is another target 2, target 3, target 4. That's a couple of strong winners there. Back and forth. Three seconds up to here. And then just another 4 seconds all the way back down to here. So that's very likely not tradable. And it does stop out. And then we get a short that does something similar. It looks like 2 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds is back up here. That one's not tradable. And then we get another long setup, 34, 1 second, 3 seconds. There's a wick that'll get you in, most likely. And there's money management. Target 2's a win. Target 2 and target 3. That's 3 solid winners, and I would think I would settle it in at that point. That makes for a good session this morning. Looks like some good possibilities this morning on the micro NQ. All right, so that's we got that trade, and we got entry and stop on the same bar there, so you're not going to track that one. But in all likelihood, that entry was avoidable because it spiked to it and then came back. All right, 10 a.m. crude session coming up in a little over 5 minutes. Otherwise, we're pretty well done. Questions this morning. Quick wrap up on the week. Seriously, pretty much everything's a winner this morning. Johnny, you were asking a question yesterday, and I forget what it was, I got knocked off the chat and couldn't answer. Oh, you were asking about Starlink yesterday. That's right. And I was going to suggest you look up coming up with another YouTube channel. It's not the right one. Crosstalk Solutions. Take a look at the Crosstalk Solutions YouTube channel and look back. He's done several YouTube videos on Starlink. He's actually done some streaming to YouTube on Starlink using Starlink. So he's out in the Seattle or in the Pacific Northwest as well. So that's a good check for. Yes, exactly. But from what I've seen of what he's done, it looks like that Starlink would be a viable connection source for trading. The other thing is, it looks like it's going to be a little on the expensive side, and you certainly don't have to wait for fiber. A solid cable connection will be a good alternative as well, because you can get a good solid cable connection at 1 to 200 megabits per second, and that'll be enough for trading. Don, I don't think it's still geotethered essentially to the address that you register. You can change that address, but they haven't released a full mobile version yet. I think that's something that's definitely coming down the road because part of the problem is you still got to be close enough to a ground station where you can hit a satellite and the ground station then get you into the net. And it probably is going to depend a little bit on just proximity and what your latency is, whether it will be a good fit or not. But yeah, you can move it around, say, somewhere between 5 and 10 miles from your base address. But no, you can't. It's not a full mobile solution yet. It's still geo-locked. And that's one of the videos that Crosstalk Solutions does is he actually takes it out. He's like 10 or 15 miles from his his house, but he's out in the out in the country, kind of. It's pretty much nothing around, and he's able to do a live stream. All right, let's see what crude looks like. Let's look at the micro crude for this 10 a.m. session. Obviously, that hit money management and stopped out on break even. So we'll wait for a new setup there. And there is our session start time for crude. Looking for our first trade. And it's a short. In the short from 102.34, looking for 102.24 for money management. Crude's been on a definite overall uptrend, but making some nice moves, giving us some nice trades along the morning. Gonna have to work its way through the 50 EMA, and there's target 1 and target 2. So a one and done session that quickly. 12 and 20 ticks. Maybe if you even running a third position trailing. 102.31, and that's just and stopping out at 102.31 for 3 ticks on the trailer. And that does it for the 10 o'clock crude session. That quickly. Let's see what we got on the full crude. Well, that was our, and same trade pretty much. Getting 2 targets, and actually that's still in the trade with the stop at 33. That trade was from 37. So we got 12 and 19 on that. Stop now at 28. And target 4, still trailing 102.21, all the way down to the 200 EMA now. Bring unleaded back. One chart we didn't look at this morning was the micro ES. 935, oops. $8:35 starts, exchange time start, 9:35 on my chart. So 9:45 short trade, triggers in. This is a monster big trade. Target 1 is 18.25 points, and the risk is 19.75 points. And crude stopping out at 102.18, and that will complete the session. All right, micro ES is probably going to take a while to sort out this trade unless there are questions. This is a short session because everything other than that is done. And pretty much everything is profitable this morning. So I'll give it a few minutes for questions. That was kind of a bang session this morning. All right. All right. Nobody's typing anything, so I believe I'm going to call it a morning and let everybody go until next week. Troy will be out Monday, but I'll be covering for him. And otherwise, a regular schedule next week. The room will be open on its regular schedule next week. The following week, May the 10th and 12th, I will be unable to be in the room. Actually, I won't be in the room at all next week, or the week after next. But I will see everybody next week. But mark your calendars, May the 10th and 12th. The room will be dark. And we'll see everybody next week. Thank you, Miles. You have a great weekend as well. Everybody take care. Quite welcome, Roy. Sir, you're welcome to ask any questions that come up for you, but if you're don't feel like asking them now, keep a notebook and write down your questions, and please do ask them in the room. That's what we're here for. I'm using a mix of three of Troy's different strategies. lower right here is soybeans on the catapult, or not catapult, on the not spotlight either, counterpunch, which is the oldest of the three strategies. Next is spotlight, for the most of the charts have been. Pound Aussie, crude, micro crude, unleaded gas, and YM were all on spotlight. And then we have catapult, which the micro ES 5-minute here at the bottom center. The Russell and the micro Russell and the micro NQ are both on catapult charts using a custom Renko bar. Which platform are you using, Roy? And it's not NetPicks that you'd be dealing with. Troy's company is NetPicks Trading. He spun off from NetPicks 3 years or so ago. But that was kind of at their, okay, you're on toss. All right. So you're using what, CPX or Counterpunch? Because I know Catapult I don't think Catapult's been put out for toss. Are you on? I don't know how to. Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, I don't know how to set up Thinkorswim charts, so you can set up multiple charts like this. I'm actually this is NinjaTrader that I'm using, and Troy will be projecting TradeStation, but he's more familiar with Thinkorswim, so you might ask him. But I don't. As far as I'm aware, we don't have any workspaces available for Thinkorswim. Troy has built some TradeStation workspaces, and I need to build up some Thinkorswim, or not, for some NinjaTrader workspaces, but I don't know of anybody that's contributed any Thinkorswim workspaces to the community. But the best place to check for any workspaces would be on your owner site. The Pound Aussie trade plan actually starts at 8:30 Eastern, 8:30 to noon, and it's like many of our others. It's the basic Forex trade plan starting at 8:30. Power of quitting is target one winner or two money management winners and positive, or up to 6 trade maximum. This morning it was one and done because it hit target one on that first trade. So that, and obviously with that happening, it was positive at the close of that trade. So therefore we hit POQ, and that was our trading for today on the Pound Aussie. And that, of course, was on the Spotlight Master Suite gold level. Okay, I have got some of the diamond level trades turned on. That's the 200 EMA trade. Not very successful in that case. But But yeah, the pound Aussie is POQ1, so one target, one winner, or two money management wins and positive for power of quitting. Obviously, if you're not positive, you don't quit, but you've hit the trade goals. So if you have a initial loss or just an initial break even and then a loss or stop and reverse or something like that, and before you get the second money management trade or the target one trade, you'll continue trading up to 6 trades to get positive. Yeah, you noticed that too, Don. I saw that and said, "Oops." Yeah, the trade a day service is no longer running, but yeah, that was the trade plan. It was the same trade plan we use in the trade room on the pound Aussie. The eight pip momentum bar on TradeStation, 80 tick range bar on NinjaTrader. And of course, as happened this morning, we do get in sync with the trades that set up prior to our start time but have not hit either stop or money management. So as long as the trade hasn't hit stopped out or hit money management, it's valid once we hit our start time, which is what happened today. And that's something that I'm continuing to trade. You too, Pamela? All right, folks. Not seeing more questions. All right, everyone. Have a good weekend, and we will see everybody next week.